Trivanarottamam Devim Swatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Prayeshu Apareshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naisteki. Today we are reading from Canto 10, Chapter 2, Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna in the Womb, text 13 through 24. Text 13. The son of Rohini will also be celebrated as Sankarsana because of being sent from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. He will be called Rama because of his ability to please all the inhabitants of Gokula, and he will be known as Balabhadra because of his extensive physical strength. Text 14. Thus instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya immediately agreed. With the Vedic mantra Om, she confirmed that she would do what he asked. Thus, having accepted the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, she circumambulated him and started for the place on earth known as Nanda Gokula. There she did everything just as she had been told. Text 15. When the child of Devaki was attracted and transferred into the womb of Rohini by Yogamaya, Devaki seemed to have a miscarriage. Thus all the inhabitants of the palace loudly lamented, "Alas, Devaki has lost her child." Text 16. Thus the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the super soul of all living entities, and who vanquishes all the fear of his devotees, entered the mind of Vasudeva in full opulence. Text 17. While carrying the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the core of his heart, Vasudeva bore the Lord's transcendently illuminating effluence, and thus he became as bright as the sun. He was therefore very difficult to see or approach through sensory perception. Indeed, he was unapproachable and unperceivable, even for such formidable men as Cancer, and not only for Cancer, but all living entities. Text 18. Thereafter, accompanied by plenary expansions, the fully opulent Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all auspicious for the entire universe, was transferred from the mind of Vasudeva to the mind of Devaki. Devaki, having thus been initiated by Vasudeva, became beautiful by carrying Lord Krishna, the original consciousness for everyone, and cause of all causes within the core of her heart, just as the east becomes beautiful by carrying the rising moon. Text 19. Devaki then kept within herself the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the foundation of the entire cosmos. But because she was under arrest in the house of Cancer, she was like the flames of a fire covered by the walls of a pot, or like a person who has knowledge but cannot distribute it to the world for the benefit of human society. Text 20. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was within her womb, Devaki illuminated the entire atmosphere in the place where she was confined. Seeing her jubilant, pure, and smiling, Cancer thought, "The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who is now within her, will kill me. Devaki will never before look so brilliant and jubilant." Text 21. Cancer thought, "What is my duty now? The Supreme Lord, who knows his purpose, will not give up his prowess. Devaki is a woman. She is my sister. And moreover, she is now pregnant. If I kill her, my reputation, opulence, and duration of life will certainly be vanquished." Text 22. A person who is very cruel is regarded as dead even while living. For while he is living or after his death, everyone condemns him. And after the death of a person in the bodily concept of life, he is undoubtedly transferred to the hell known as Andamata. Text 23. Sukadev Goswami said, deliberating in this way, Kansa, although determined to continue in enmity towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, refrained from the vicious killing of his sister. He decided to wait until the Lord was born and then do what was needed. Text 24. While sitting on his throne or in his sitting room, while lying on his bed, or indeed while situated anywhere, and while eating, sleeping, or walking, Kansa saw only his enemy, the Supreme Lord, Rishikesha. In other words, by thinking of his all-pervading enemy, Kansa became unfavorably Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Vindhya Mataji, for reading translations today. Hare Krishna, Sri Krishna Das Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhuji, whenever you are ready, you can please take over the call, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Radharani Mataji. Thank you, Vidya Maharaj Mataji, for reading Srimad Bhagavatam today. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshashtamekam Purusha Puranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sariradari Kripambudirtamaham Prapadye. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrupa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, today in this section that we are seeing, how the Lord is manifesting in the mother Devaki's womb, in his full potency as Lord Vasudeva. So, yesterday we have seen how in this chapter that the Lord, promises the demigods and Brahmaji that he is going to appear. And then now, so in this chapter, the demigods, they come to know that Lord has actually entered Devaki's womb, and now the demigods are offering prayers for the protection. So today we are starting from the verse number 13. So now Lord basically instructs Mahadevi how to actually perform this particular pastime. So the Lord promises he'll be appearing as the eighth son of Devaki. Before Lord appears, the Ananta Sesh, Balram or Baladev, Balabhadra, he also appears as the seventh son of Devaki, but then Lord instructs Yogamaya saying that, you transfer the baby from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. And so this is one of the pastime, and then everyone thinks there is a miscarriage, but then Lord Yogamaya actually tells Mother Devaki that actually your son is being grown up as a son of Rohini. I have transferred the baby. This is confidentially informed to Mother Devaki. So these are all very confidential, but it is being revealed by Sukadeva Goswami. Generally, as a person who's witnessing this pastime, they may not know unless they come and understand verse by verse in the Shastra how the Lord is manifesting. So for most of them, when Lord Krishna is born, he is appearing as a four-handed form, and then the Lord actually entered into Vasudev's, the Lord actually enters into Vasudev's mind in his full potency, and from Vasudev, the Lord Vasudev initiates Devaki, and then the Lord enters into Devaki's mind, and then the Lord actually takes the appears. It's not like the normal human being who takes birth through the semen, all that is, just generally people think like that, but the Lord's appearance is fully divine. So one has to understand. So here we'll just go through some high level details on what Sukadeva Goswami is elaborating today. So here, the son of Rohini. So here, it is mentioned here that he is celebrated as Sankarshana. So there are three names given here for Balram. So Garbha Sankarshana Tamvai Prahu Sankarshanam Bhuvi Rameti Lokaramana Balabhadram Balochyat Balotterayat. So here Balabhadra, Rama, and Shankarshana. So these are all three different names given. So Lord Balram is Adi Guru, and he's also always in the mood of serving Lord Krishna. Everything that is in service to Krishna is basically an expansion of Lord Balram. So Balram even expands himself as the Lord's personal bed in the form of Anantasesh Naga. So like that, anything and everything that is serving the Lord is basically considered as an expansion of the Lord. So in this case, he is personally appearing, and he is basically to purify the dham as well as to serve the Lord. He is appearing before. So here, in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we also have Lord Rama's name, and which is also Balarama is also considered Lord Rama. So he is non-different, and here also it is mentioned that Rameti, Rameti. So here he is also giving pleasure. That pleasure-giving potency is also Balram has that pleasure-giving potency, and he's also known as Balabhadra because of his physical strength. So his strength to immensely serve the Lord by his physical strength, and he's also celebrated as Sankarshana. So here, so devotees when they mention Balarama, Rama, so here is the Shastric evidence. And there are three names Ramas mentioned in the Shastra: Parashurama, and then Lord Raghupati Rama, and Balarama. So these three are all incarnation of Supreme Lord, and they're all basically mentioned as Ramas. So and then Lord Krishna basically instructs Yogamaya, right? So what has to be done? So Yogamaya is a personal Maya Shakti that actually enhances the beauty of Lord's pastimes. So when Lord performs his pastimes, he wants everything to be picture perfect. All the details, everything is perfectly manifested, and Lord has unlimited energies, and he's got Ichcha Shakti. By his desire, everything will manifest. So one of his energies is Yogamaya potency, which is basically enhancing his beauty of his pastime. So the Yogamaya potency here, it is mentioned that the Lord personally instructed Yogamaya, and Yogamaya also immediately agreed. Gam gata tat tata karod. So whatever has been told by Supreme Lord, she immediately accepted, and she started performing. So and also, as soon as she got the instruction, she took a parikrama. She circumambulated the Lord. Pratigrahaya parikramya gam gata tat. So she, with all the even reverence, she accepted. So the way she accepted, Yogamaya accepted, is mentioned here. She accepted by saying that I will perform, and also she accepted by saying Om iti tad. So this particular Sanskrit word is also very in the Sanskrit they say that when someone accepts, they mention the syllable Om. That is also is mentioned here. So, so here Prabhupada quotes that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also says that this Om signifies that Vedic confirmation. So in the Vedic lineage, if somebody has to confirm, they say that syllable Om, like that. So now here the basically Yogamaya is considered very, very confidential devotee, and also the servant of the Lord. And she's carrying that duty, that's whatever order she got from the Lord, she's carrying with all folded hands. So this is one of the items that Prabhupada mentions. We cannot neglect duty or what is mentioned in the scripture, or in this case she's directly getting that instruction from the Lord himself, which is non different from what we are hearing from Shastra. So whatever Lord is speaking in Bhagavad Gita, all those are instructions which are supposed to be carried out by all of the human beings. So, and then the Lord, here it's mentioned that um, so the Yogamaya potency basically transfers the seventh child, Lord Shankarshana, from Devaki's womb to Rohini's mother Rohini's womb. So now everybody in the Kamsa's palace, they know that the Mother Devaki is pregnant and they were basically expecting a child. So at that time, this news that there was a miscarriage spread all over the palace, and everybody was lamenting, "Oh, what a misfortune! This has happened." But specifically, um, here it is mentioned that Devaki was informed. So when all of this happened, that Mother Devaki was specifically informed by Yogamaya potency that the Lord was actually transferred. Shankarshana was transferred from to Gokula in Mother Rohini's womb. So that was specific, confidentially informed to Mother Devaki. So, so and then this is very significant. Now, in the verse number 16, Bhagavan Abhi Vishwatma. So the Lord is mentioned as Vishwa Atma. He's a super soul of all living entities. So now he is appearing in his full potency in the mind of Vasudeva. So Vasudeva is the husband of Devaki. So he's appearing in the mind of Vasudev in his full potency. So here it is mentioned Vishwatma Bhagavan. So these two words, is a supreme personality of Godhead, and he is also the super soul of the all living entities. So and then he is Bhaktanam Abhyan Karaha. So he is appearing to all his devotees are in this fear of Kamsa, and they were being under this Kamsa's rule, extreme fear. And also the Lord, when all the demigods went to the Lord, they prayed that the earth is burdened by a lot of demoniac people. So to reduce, to vanquish all this demoniac people and to establish dharma, then now the Lord is appearing in his full opulence in the mind of Vasudeva. So after that, um, so when so here in the several acharyas commentary, Prabhupada mentions here that when the Lord is appearing, in the mind of Vasudeva is very significant. We should understand that there is no ordinary human being birth. Like when the ordinary child is born, the semen is discharged from the husband to mother, and then the mother carries the this child's body gradually develops. In the Kapila Muni explains all that, how the Lord is actually just like a mustard seed, and then the pea form, and then the body develops. It is not like that. When the Lord appears, he appears in the mind of Vasudev, and then he gets transformed into the mind of Devaki, and Devaki feels completely that so much effulgent that Lord's full potency is in her, and then Lord just manifests in the form of a baby. So the whole process of Lord's appearance itself is divine. So that part is very significant for us to understand, so that we are very clear on this tattva part. So now there are several acharyas, Sridhar Swami, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, they are all comment on this part, that how the the mind of a devotee has to be completely absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord. That is called the Vasudeva state, right? So Vasudeva state and Vasudeva state, where the Lord, fully absorbed, your mind is fully absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord. So in this case, the Lord personally appears in all his full opulence. So now, so here Prabhupada quotes that Veera Raghava Acharya also says that Vasudeva was one of the demigods, and that within his mind the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as an awakening of consciousness. So when the Lord appeared, what happened is he is fully awakened in his consciousness. So now Vasudeva is carrying the Lord in his mind, and what happened is he was so effulgent and he was such illuminating. It was mentioned here that Yata Ravi means the sun. Like so, just like the sun, he was so illuminating, so spiritually uplifting that he was not even people not able to see him directly. Such was the effulgence. No one could actually approach him. Even Kamsa was not able to even approach. um, so now, so here Prabhupada explains about the word Dhama. So in this verse, what is mentioned? Sa Bhibhrat Paurusham Dhama. So it is mentioned that the Lord was appearing, and he was in the core of his heart, in the Vasudeva was carrying the Lord within his core of his heart. He first appeared in his mind, and it was mentioned that it is the Lord's resting place, the holy Dham. So Dhama, this word is very significant. Prabhupada mentions that Dhamna Svena Sada Nirashta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have this word Dhamna, right? So the holy abode of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this in this holy abode, basically there is no influence of material energy. So in this material energy, Mahamaya has no influence in the holy Dham of the Lord. So any place where the Lord's name, form, pastimes or is present, that becomes the holy Dham, right? So in the temple where the Lord is being worshipped, his holy name is being sung, glorification of his pastimes, activities, that becomes the holy name, just like a Vrindavan Dham or a Dwaraka Dham or Mathura Dham. So the significance is one, wherever one carries the Lord in his heart, that becomes a holy place. So that is why when the acharyas travel, they are called traveling holy places, because they carry the Lord in their heart. So that's why when Prabhupada came to ISKCON Baltimore, and that place immediately becomes a Tirthasthal, the holy, holy place, because when acharyas carry the Lord in their heart and they travel, they become a traveling holy place, and wherever they go, the Lord actually is present. So that is why the Paurusham Dhama. So here, this word is very significant, that um, the Lord appearance in his full potency by by his full absorption, like the acharyas full absorption in their heart, they carry the Lord in their heart, they always think of the Lord. That was the potency that Lord is mentioning here. So Vasudev was in that potency, that he was completely absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord, and he was fully effulgent like the Lord. So at that time, it was mentioned that he was looking just like the beautiful, so beautiful, just like the rising moon. And it is also mentioned that um, Samahitam Suras Sutena Devi Jagan Mangalam Achyutamsam. So he's bringing auspiciousness to the whole creation. Now Achyuta Amsham. So is the Lord Achyutas. All potencies, all six opulences are present here. All his planetary portions, along with all his planetary portions, Amsa, Lord is present in his full potency. So at that time, the Lord is being transferred from Vasudev's mind to Lord Devaki's mind. So here, uh, the Lord is also mentioned as Sarva Atmakam, the supreme soul of everyone. So in the before previous verses, we've seen Vishwatma. So now also Sarva Atmakam. So now the Lord, who is the cause of all causes, he is now in the Devaki's mind. Um, so here also the word Manastaha. So he is mentioned Kashta Yatananda Karam Manastaha. So the Lord is beautifully placed in the mind of Devaki. So it was so just like in the moon, when the night time, when the moon comes, the full moon comes, it was so beautiful. So now, because of the appearance of the Lord in Devaki's mind, she was looking so beautiful. Um, and then going forward in the verse number 19, so another aspect of um, when the Lord is present, all the aspects of Satchit Ananda, like the Lord, wherever the Lord is present, there is bliss and there is full knowledge, and there is also there is eternity, right? So here, because of the presence of the Lord, there is full knowledge, but Devaki could not distribute. She was confined in the prison house. She could not distribute the Lord, and it is mentioned that it's just like a pot. When you see a pot and there is a fire inside the pot, the effulgence is not coming out. So just like that, Devaki, there's so much joy and so much knowledge, but she is not able to distribute it. Saraswati jnana kale yatashati. So here that Saraswati signifies the spiritual knowledge, the full knowledge of the Supreme Lord, but she could not distribute it because of the imprisonment of Kamsa. So now Prabhupada explains how the jnana kala is very significant. Knowledge is meant for distribution. So when the knowledge is not distributed, then the person who is holding the knowledge would eventually diminish the effects of the knowledge. He will not have that full potency of the knowledge. So just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was basically saying, Yare deka tare kaho Krishna upadesha, Amara agnyaya guru hana tara ye desha. So by the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada is also requesting anyone who has taken birth in the in India should take up this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and distribute throughout the entire world. Krishna Upadesha. So this is just so that everyone can get the benefit and they can liberate themselves from this conditioned life of suffering, birth, and death. This knowledge is so potent, so important that it is the topmost duty. If somebody possesses this knowledge, then they should distribute. Otherwise, it will be later. It will be vanquished. So just like the Kamsa tried to arrest, Krishna is basically he put Vasudeva and Devaki in the prison. Like that, there are a lot of leaders in the Kali Yuga. There are a lot of big leaders who are arresting this Krishna consciousness, who are not letting this to spread up. They will put some impediment to the devotees. They will not give facilities, and these leaders are basically arresting Krishna consciousness from spreading. But it is the duty of Vaishnavas to spread this knowledge and distribute all over the universe. So, and then going forward in the verse number 30, now Devaki, now the Lord is present in Devaki's mind. The room where the Kamsa confined them, it is so much illumination is there, and everybody were able to see. And when Kamsa saw that, he thought that actually Vishnu is now here, he is going to kill me. So because of that, Devaki was looking so jubilant, so brilliant, and he was thinking, oh, Vishnu is now in the womb of Devaki, he is going to kill him. So by this thought, Kamsa was so much terrified, and he was thinking, contemplating what to do. So now the Lord appeared, for the purpose of annihilating all the demons and protecting all his devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskrutam. So the Lord appears yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. So he appears to protect dharma and uphold the dharma. He again appears whenever there is a decline in religious principles. So here in the Kali Yuga, the Lord appears in the form of a holy name, like Kali Kale Namarupa Krishna Avatar. So in the Krishna consciousness society, if you see, whenever there was a big wildfire of preaching distribution, there is always some form of impediment that will come from either politicians or some powerful person. So Prabhupada compares that person to just like Kamsa, who's imprisoned Devaki. So just like that, they are trying to imprison the Krishna consciousness movement by giving us troubles, in the Kali Yuga. But the holy name is the potency of the Lord. So as long as we distribute the holy name, then Lord Krishna, Krishna consciousness movement will spread all over the world. So now the holy name distribution is going on in many ways. Harinam Sankirtan, even we distribute the books, that is also Harinam Sankirtan. So the Lord's holy name and the Lord's instructions are non different. So then Prabhupada says that the movement will go on increasing more and more, provided the leaders of the movement remain firmly Krishna consciousness by following the regulative principles and primary activities of the chanting Hare Krishna mantra regularly. So we can see the significance of chanting regularly. This is very significant to carry the Lord in our hearts so that we can distribute. And then the verse number 21. So now Kamsa was contemplating what to do. So, she's my sister. Now she's pregnant. I cannot kill her at this point. If I kill her, what will be my reputation? He was thinking, contemplating all this, and he was, he was such a person who was so much self-centered that he forgot that he is a mere human being. He was thinking how to protect him, but he does not even consider that the Supreme Lord is present. But he's so much in self-centered mood that he was thinking how to increase his duration. His duration of life is going to be vanquished now. How to increase his duration? So he is thinking in terms of all the aspects of religious principles, reputation, all that. So now, um, because of all that consideration, he thinks now, okay, I will not kill Devaki at this time. Because if I do, I will be condemned after death. I will be condemned in this. So now Sukadeva Goswami is elaborating within this context. He is giving a little bit of elaboration how um, a cruel person is how he is suffering. So while living also a cruel person is suffering, and after death is also cruel person is suffering. So the example is giving here is so it's basically he's after death, if he's cruel, he gets transformed into a hell known as Andatama. So and then while living, a cruel person is always, everybody condemns him, everybody curses him, everybody condemns, nobody is joyful by looking at him. So while living also, a cruel person is condemned. So the position of Kamsa was very precarious, and he considered all aspects, and then he finally thought, I'll be condemned if I kill her. So then he thought, okay, then I will not actually take any action at this point. so so at that time, Kamsa was he decided to wait until the Lord was born, and do what was needed. So this was after deliberating all that. So but he continued his enmity, and he was always thinking. He was always thinking of the Lord in any situation while sleeping, eating. So by being inimical, he was always thinking of the Lord. So that way he was getting also purified. So this concludes today's verse. In the last verse, Prabhupada explains quite a bit about how a cruel person, is suffering. So here there are many verses. Prabhupada explains Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamishram Puna Puna Charvita Charvananam. So here Prahlad Maharaj also quotes that how in the material conception of life, bodily conception of life, one goes on trying to achieve some sense pleasure, but then they don't really achieve anything. They basically trying to chew the chewed, and because of that sinful tendency, the senses carry them towards the hellish life. So in that bodily conception of life, we it is the mind is observed so much in the material body. Yavat kriyas tavat idam manovai karmatmakam yena sarira bandha. So because of that bondage, sarira bandha, material body's bondage, that is the source of all the misery. So the Bhagavad Gita identifies, and Prabhupada also quotes that Nashadu manye yato atmana ayam asan api kleshada asha deha. So although this body is temporary, it always gives one trouble in many ways. So the bodily concept of life is what Prabhupada is, saying that how bad it is that one develops this tendencies of become demoniac, right? So asurum yonim apanna moda janmani janmanaha. So this is the final stage of this bodily concept of life. Will degrade, and to such an extent that we will become as completely demoniac against the Supreme Lord. Like there are people who are atheistic, they take a completely opposite position, and they cannot actually take any step towards understanding what is mentioned in Shastra. So at that time, Tato yanti adamam gatim. So the Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that they are cast into demoniac species of life, very lower species of life, very difficult to approach the Lord. So this is the stage where one should not get into. So in order to come out of this, opposite of this, to give up the bodily concept of life. So which is the solution for all this suffering. So to give up the bodily concept of life, we should take up the Krishna conscious process with all devotion. Hare Krishna. That concludes the today's verse. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vancha kalpatrubhyasya kripa sindhu vachaha patitanam pavane vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Thank you
Hare
very much,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.